I don't want any of that anymore. And then yeah, she ran away to my friend. It was great. But I don't really live in relationships. I live in the world of healing, growth, and transformation, and I'm in service to that. Healing.
As you should be.
That's all there is. Let go. I'm just going to say let go, surrender to the flow of the river of life. Don't hit your head against the big boulder anymore. Flow around it, flow over it, flow under it. So what that means is that stuff that's coming up in the surface of people, and they're feeling, and they're just like, the world's coming to an end, all the different, things that are coming up in people. They just have to be with those energies and flow them through their being and let them flow through and let go of them, which might mean being emotional, which might mean crying, which might mean really tuning into that part of your body where you feel that, and just like really just until you feel the tears there, and just like just let it go, and then you'll just start going, convulsions will go through your body and just start wailing, and whatever way you can do that process. I also highly recommend singing, really singing at the top of your lungs and listening to music that might make you cry or might bring you great joy, and just really raising your vibration by singing and laughing and crying tears of joy. And it's great to integrate with another being if they're willing to be your mirror and willing to be with you while you're in that space and they're in that space, and you guys hold space for each other. It's really wonderful to be able to have that person. But if you don't have that, I personally go straight to the internet. I go straight to YouTube. I've got solfeggio frequencies. I do a 9-tone solfeggio. You just search 9-tone solfeggio on YouTube, and it pops up. I go straight to 528 hertz, and I just play it straight to 1111 hertz or whatever, and I just let it play through at a low tone. I put on affirmations, Paul Santisi I Am affirmations, and I play those because those will reprogram your subconscious, so you'll get rid of all those little like I'm not worthy thoughts and all those different programs. I like to put on Adonai Tsabaoth, Kadosh Adonai Tsabaoth. I put like 3 of those on at the same time, and it'll elevate you up into the heavens. So I play all these videos at the same time, and it raises your vibration up. And then anything that comes up to the surface, it's good because the solfeggios facilitate that, and the affirmations cancel out your subconscious programming, and the Adonai Tsabaoths raise you up into the heavens. And it's not that you're running away from it; you're just vibrating up to a place where it is heaven on earth, and you won't be done with your processing. Things will come up. You will hit some lows. Just when they come up, be with them and emotionally, like really just process that emotion, and also a ho'oponopono. Ho'oponopono. I love you. Thank you so much. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I forgive you. And you're forgiven of all sins. Speak it to your own heart. If say your parent passes away and you didn't get a chance to express to them, that's okay. It's all one. So your heart is connected to all that is. It's a unified field of all hearts. So all you need to do is just be present with your own heart. Sometimes holding your heart is good. Feel that heartbeat, and just go to that space and just like, I love you so much. Say it in all different ways and different, sounds, and tones, and thank you so much, and I forgive you, and you're forgiven of everything. You're forgiven of all sins, and I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And do this for yourself, but whenever anyone's in your field and they're in that place and they're holding a lot of stuff, just embrace them and just express these terms to them, and it'll break through the barrier, that force field they put up around their heart. So Ho'oponopono, expression is really important. Just express impeccably to everyone in your life, and you can do it to your heart. You don't have to express to them, but it is great to call them up on the phone, or go on Facebook Messenger, or whatever you do. Send them a text and express fully from your heart what you're feeling, what you're holding onto within you, and be thankful and gratitude. Express gratitude to everybody in your life, and that will also release a lot of the tie-ups. So it's really like we tie ourselves down. We are in this matrix of thought forms that are not the highest thought forms, and we want to cut them all. So cut all your cords. Call upon Archangel Michael. Cut all your cords. The small part of in my intentions, which was, when I call upon perfect health for all life and all creation, I call upon the Lord of Arcturus. I call upon the Arcturians. I call upon the inner plane healing masters. I call upon Archangel Michael to create a golden dome of light that only allows in the Melchizedek frequencies. So really just create with your thoughts and your words and vibrate to a high place. Expand your love light frequency and field out to be all that is. Take responsibility for everything in creation. It is your creation. So let's not create a dualistic mindset and be against anything. Nothing. Do not be against anything. Enjoy the sugar. Enjoy the ice cream. Enjoy the genetically modified foods. There's no such fucking thing. Just eat and drink and be in your bliss and joy always. Like you're not here to not be in your joy and bliss. Like really that's all there is if you're not enjoying your experience, then you shouldn't be doing it. You shouldn't be doing it. You should only follow your joy and bliss in every moment. And if you intend that that's what you do, you'll feel it. You'll be like, all I do is I'm always joyful or blissful. That's all I do. And then all of a sudden you start feeling heavy. Oh, that's right. I'm supposed to be in joy or bliss, and I'm not being that. Maybe I need to leave. I need to leave this place. I need to leave this person. I need to stop being attached. I need to, whatever that is, So that's where we're at. The river of life keeps flowing, but we put ourselves in these situations. We stay at a place too long. We date a person too long. We are attached to results. We're attached to the future, what we want to happen, and the past. We're holding on to the past. And so it's important to let go of the past, and it doesn't serve us any longer in the present moment, this gift. And the future, the not being attached to what's going to happen. And that's interesting because we're creating a new world, a better world that serves all. Which there's nothing new about it, but it's funny because we, in a sense, a lot of us light workers actually are attached to this a little bit. So it's like, yes, just be here now, just be in nature like we are right now, just like, some people that's enough, but some of us others, our passions and our purpose are in the doing, balanced with the being, and doing the humanitarian projects, getting the camera if we're a camera person, doing video, doing photography. If we're a musician, playing the music. If we like to dance, dance. If we're a teacher, teach. Like all the things you love to do, that's what we're here to do. All the things we love to do. We're not just one person. We're not just, I'm a photographer. No. Every moment, do what you're guided to do. Do what makes your heart sing in each and every moment. You gotta hit the button?
Yeah.
Okay. So so someone, and there's so many people that, everyone's at a different phase. We're all on our own journey, and there's people that are freaking awake, like, doing the projects and everything like that. There's people that are awake and they're just, this is my period of just being and healing. And there's people that are just starting to wake up and they're just like, what is going on? They're groggy, and there's, people that don't even, have any reason to think about waking up or any of those things. We create this duality of like, we're awake and they're not. No, they're perfect. Everybody is guided. They're doing what they're being guided to do. But for people that are on the verge, it's just a surrender. It's a letting go. It's you'll be guided to what to do. You'll be guided to the right people that have the answers. As soon as that first crack open of like, the world isn't perfect happens within a being, the journey just takes over, and you just follow it. And it's the most exciting thing in your life. Once you like, not right away. At first it's like, what happened? What? No, the world is terrible. Everything is wrong. I can't believe I've been tricked in every way. That's like at first, but then once you get that like, aha, oh, it's all perfect. Everything's in perfect divine order. Spirituality, it's spirit, everything is love. And once you have that moment, then your journey is just like, keep following the breadcrumbs each and every moment throughout your day. What can I do to reprogram? Like, I love you, 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 I love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm sorry. Thank you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Like, once you're there, you're there. Once you pick up some of these tools and you start applying them, and then you get more tools and you apply those, and then you're getting a humanitarian project drop into your heart, and then you're doing it. And then you get another one. You're like, okay, open source that one. All right, I got this one now. I got another one. I got too many of them. It's like, all right, open source them all. Like, keep flowing them. The currency, it's our currency. These blueprints are, that's me. It's like the source. Like, I just keep flowing the blueprints out to everybody. Just share them open source with the world so people can do their piece. Whatever it is they're excited about. Yes, correct. All the things we were taught in kindergarten. Yes, share. Yes, I've thought about that a lot. All the things we were taught, because that's the world around us is the manifestation of us not being that kindergarten self. All of us, in the play sandbox. That's all we need to do. Yeah.
And so again with with the concept of sharing. It's quite difficult for some people to think, well, I'm considering A, B, C, D, E, all the way down to Z, Mm-hmm. If I give too much of this attention to this person or to this project, then I'm gonna like miss out on this thing that I'm doing over here, or that person's not gonna get what they need for this thing.
Right.
So, what is honor? What is the voice that means you're always, you're hearing your intuitive knowing of the right thing to do? How does that come through? How do you follow that?
Sure. That's a tricky one. It keeps changing.
Yeah.
For me, in the beginning, it was very, it's everything. I see the whole thing, and okay, I don't know anyone that's doing any of this. I'm the only one that has this download. In the beginning, that's where it's at. There's probably a lot of ego in, like, when somebody wakes up, they're like, I'm Jesus. That was my experience for the first year or so. So, but soon, like, you leave Ohio, and you start seeing that it's magical everywhere. Every time you let go of a place or a work situation or people, group, and set of ideas, thought forms, you've manifested the next level, and then you've manifested the next level, and the next level, and the next level. So, seeing, just being willing to just sit back and be shown all the pieces, all the people and the projects, all the solutions are already all out there, and be willing to just like hold that vision that everyone's doing their part and it's all done, and then at that point, it's like, if something keeps showing up in your field and you're like, someone should do that. Why isn't anyone doing that? It's probably your piece. You're the one. So, and then it'll just keep showing up and keep showing up and keep showing up. So at some point, you just gotta stop a lot of the other stuff. And like I like to do is open source it all. Just create a website or a blog and just put all the blueprints and ideas out there to the commons. Open sourced. Don't be attached. You don't need to make money on all of it. That's what a lot of people get caught up with, the value. Like, oh my God, I finally have the most divine ideas, and I haven't been able to make money, so now I have it, and I got to build this thing. It's going to take me a year or two to build this blueprint, and I don't have the people to do it, and I'm all alone. I don't want to tell anybody about it. No. Just like, I got an idea. Put it out there publicly to the world. It's going to manifest. Everybody's going to agree to it together. And then, like, we're like with cryptocurrencies, for example, we got to build the whole blockchain. We got to build the whole new internet. So if we were the ones that got the blockchain freaking new internet thing downloaded in, and we just like sat on it, then it wouldn't have over the past couple years become the next invention of the wheel, or the new internet, like internet. These are revolutionary downloads, technologies that change the whole world, that bring in abundance for all, we're going to be able to fund all humanitarian projects in the next months to years through this world. But it's still in the first part of just building the infrastructure. So it's like we did started doing this New Earth New You Now global online summits, and the moment that happened, I got to see there's all the others with all the projects. And then I got brought to Tribalize event in Ojai, and there's all the others with all the projects, and they're 40-year solutionaries in their field, masters of wealth creation, of land use, real estate, cryptocurrencies, everything, like how to really change the physical aspect of the world, left-brained or whatnot. So then it's you relax a little, and really it's important that we don't actually think we need to do anything. A lot of people are coming from lack and fear, and they're like, I need to save the world, but the world doesn't need saving. No, it's just a holographic, reflection of our inner state. And, so just know that it is perfect divine order. Know that it is done. Know that this is, the completion of paradise on earth. This is the collective hero's journey. We wrote this story. We were creator in the beginning, in the void. It was boring. We created a whole physical environment so that we have emotions and senses. And we created the other so that we can have people to play with, and more people to create in this physical fun reality game thing. And now we're all just agreeing that there's a story that's been planted in our hearts that we planted there when we were all, before we came into body, we were one energy, and we're like, all right, in one mission, one lifetime, we can actually clear all the karma and actually complete this planetary shift. This is what we do. We complete planetary shifts into their higher self. Let's do this for our mother, the heart of creation, the physical heart of creation. Let's do this so that, we want to expand, and then actually, because a lot of people get caught up with aliens and angels and all these different entities and energies, and it's no, just bring it all in and be all of it. Be the source, Be the source and Gaia in bed together in deep orgasm for all creation that never stopped. That's really the nature of reality. It's a big orgasm of mother, father, God basically are one, and they're always in that energy, and nothing has ever happened. There's never been a fall or anything. We just tell ourselves these stories, and you just experience, the darkness and silly stuff.
Often people are fucking petrified of failure, right? But I always think that it doesn't exist, because if you're trying, if you're learning, then that's the point. There's no ultimate, everyone's, the life is just enjoy the journey.
Yeah.
Right? And you can be at peace wherever you are in each and every moment with that understanding. So what would you say is for people who are kind of thinking, damn, this isn't going right. So a minute ago I could have got really angry with the camera and thrown it across and frustration, right, let it boil over. But techniques for people to calm down again, or what is your definition of failure? What is holding people back?
Yeah, there's no failure. Yeah, it's that would be attachment to an expected outcome. That would be allowing other people's thought forms to control you or something. That would be wait, who's judging? Who's the judge? Wait, there's no judgment. This is unconditional love and non-judgment. Reality is unconditional love and non-judgment. So it's just about just being present and not being attached, because that will actually create some of these sorts of blockages and situations. And but when they arise, just go with the flow and just breathe. And if it's meant to happen in that moment, it will. If it's not, then say, it's not working. We'll maybe try another time, or All there is you. You are all that is. And everything outside of you is just, a mirror reflection thing, holographic thing. So, you may find someone that at that time you really align with and you connect with and you start sharing experiences with, and it's great and wonderful. And but there's this growing process. Like, maybe you're willing to grow and you grow, and that being maybe doesn't come with you. Maybe they do. Maybe you don't grow and they grow and you don't go with them because you don't want to face certain aspects of yourself. That's okay. There'll be a separation. There's fight or flight in a lot of relationships. As ultimately we're in a relationship with self, and we're on a journey to become our higher self. That being is just like a mirror that is there for healing, growth, and transformation, for us to become our higher self. But also, they also are there for us to learn our own lessons. We created this life. We said, I'm going to go into body and I'm going to learn a few lessons so that I can get through this karma, so I can become, higher self, And so that person is here to help you learn your lessons, to allow you to learn your lessons. And if you stay with them too long, that's the whole thing. If we just stay non-attached, if we don't try to write up contracts, like marriage contracts and all these different contracts, and if the vibration and resonance field with that being is no longer working, then you separate off. And even for just a short time, maybe you come back and that they have done their work, and then boom, they're in your field again. Or maybe you do your work and then boom, you're in their field again. Or maybe you don't come back together and then you meet somebody, because what you're doing is, as you heal, grow, and transform, you're becoming a more complete, whole and complete version of yourself. So then you're going to vibrate and call in frequency-wise people that are of that new frequency and vibration, more whole and complete mirrors for yourself. And then you're going to integrate with that being for a while until there's a break off, and then you may meet somebody else that's more whole and complete. So it's just a process with yourself and the mirror, and just staying on the path, not being attached to who or what or where or any of that, so I don't feel like it's just one person. It's not some perfect soul unimate thing. Like, there's all these divine complements, and it's like it's like soul aspects of yourself. We're on a journey to find all of our soul aspects and become that wholeness of, they have your codes. All these beings have your codes, and you just kind of I'm integrating with this one. 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 It's like, oh wow, I'm holy crap. I went to a festival, integrated with 12 of my soul fragments, and now I'm just boom, transformed into my higher self. And I went through a full ego death and transformation experience. Things like that can happen. Interesting. Music. Well, the whole creation is music. It's the music of the spheres. Let's see. Music is super cool in this physical reality because it brings us together. It's a higher vibrational field that we can come into, and it can just spiral us up. So kind of just show up in the music field, and you'll just be spiraled up, and things will be healed and cleared from you, and you just either dance or just lay down. If it's sound healing, bowls and stuff, surrender and allow it. And if it's dancing and you're just working some of those energies through, and maybe you'll connect with somebody on the dance floor, maybe make some great friends. It's this little temple. You can say it's a goddess temple or something. So I don't ponder music that much. We're writing the one song, which is all of us have our own unique note. But when we all express that note fully and become who we truly are, and then show up in the world as all the highest notes, the one song, it's here's paradise on earth. That's what a lot of us are coded with in this life. I like to encourage everyone to be their higher self, and to meet the others that are doing that, and have higher self villages and higher self events and higher self community centers and higher self cities of light, and everything. Music is fun. I love high vibe, conscious music. Conscious wording is really great, but then just high vibe, solfeggio frequency attuned music, that's tuned to the right frequencies. For me, I've been strongly guided that I'm supposed to bring together all those high vibe musicians and book them out on tours and help them with strategy to get their website up and their social media presences, and get their videos and get on all the SoundCloud and YouTube and all the different websites, and network them all together so that it's a collective of high vibe musicians that can travel in caravan together as we shift communities into the new ways. And we broadcast to the whole planet, through our own, YouTube channel. I see in the house music world, they're already doing it. House music world, they're already united, and they're already launching each other through technology and through traveling and getting huge gigs. And they're already ahead, way ahead of just general consciousness people. Yeah, nature. Okay. I suggest that we each take some time away from all voices. Nature is one way to do that, to tune in to the earth and all, find that silence. Meditation in your own room or sleeping a lot, really I suggest that everybody, if they haven't already gone through some transformational experiences, like maybe some death experiences where they, went through a big shift, and they don't feel they're already in heaven on earth, the first step is just to start breathing and to breathe deeply for long periods of time and to go into meditation, really just deep breathing, be silent and just tune into your heart and breathe into your heart, and do that for days, weeks, months, as long as you need to until you go through a shift. And one of the best places to do that is to go to nature and get away from all outside noises and distractions, and tune in, with the trees and the animals and the plants and the natural air, and touch the soil with your hands and with your feet, and do some gardening or some farming, just take breaks, really just take breaks. We don't have to go cold turkey away from society, but for me, I ran a transportation company for 8 years, working 24/7. Just take a break and just go into the woods and just sit for even 10 minutes, and breathe deeply and reboot, regenerate, connect to the universal energies that are there for us to sustain us, and and put it inside you too, get a kombucha, get some probiotics, some yogurts, get some, all the different healthy foods and organic foods and whatever it is, not from a place of that you need it, but from a place of my experience is when I first woke up and I saw everything was wrong in the world, I was guided to what would right my world. And I did that, and it involved detoxing and drinking apple cider vinegar and water and kombuchas and green vibrance powders and just detoxing, no food. Just okay, if I came into this body and my parents told me what the reality is, and my teachers told me what it is, and religious leaders told me what it is, and media told me what it is, and government told me what it is, and friends and family and everybody told me what it is. So did food, Food was, so why do we eat? There's question everything. Stop everything. Don't drink anything for a little while. Don't eat anything for a little while. Don't talk to anybody. Don't listen to anybody. Don't, uh, like everything, cold turkey at all. Go back to just your natural nature self. Go to the hot springs, be naked. And just like be in nature and don't have any interactions with people or places or things or anything, and just see what happens when you disconnect from everyone and everything. And you'll start making choices to like, maybe I'm going to change my shampoo to something organic, or maybe I'm going to, use organic soaps, or, start to eat organic, or, that's the process that I went through. And then got to a point where I realized I had some duality in my field, and I was against certain people and things, and then at that point, just letting go of even the judgment, because I don't want to put any negative energy on foods that people are eating or on cigarettes people are smoking, or because like I don't want to do that. So I got to smoke tobacco for the first time this past week. That shit's some medicine. That shit, oh my God. Like, what you think about, like, your childhood? Like, my childhood, my dad smoked cigarettes, and everyone said cannabis was bad, and various things. And then, like, later in life, when you just kind of show up and you're just like, somebody offers you tobacco or cannabis or whatever, and you're just like, okay, it's showing up in my field. Like, I'm open to receive, and then the medicines that those two, this past week, just the beach medicine and the forest medicines and the rivers medicine and tobacco and cannabis medicines and all the different organic food medicines, and just like, wow, like, just, yeah, wild. I subscribe to that. There's been various times when an animal will show up and I'll notice it once or twice, and then I'll be like, well, I gotta look that up. What's that spirit animal? Look it up. And then for myself and whoever I'm with, we'll just read it and just like tune into it for a second. So, yeah, that's been my experience.
Do you have? Are you able to say your personal experience with which animals recently?
Well, in the past week, the gentleman, let's see here. There was a gentleman I was hanging out with. He hit no, he didn't hit it. It was a hawk. It was a dead hawk on the side of the road, and he was able to pick up the wings. He's gathering he's gathering feathers. He always gathers feathers. So there was something in that, and I looked into it. I looked in spirit animal hawk, and it was talking about endings and new beginnings, and I don't remember what else it said, but it was good. Vision. Yeah. And a lot of times I show up as a guide, and it's interesting because sometimes I'm not even actually there, kind of just being there and just like witnessing and holding the energy, and
Three-eyed raven.
yeah, and yeah, but it also reminds you of, like, my imbalance, like, and then my lack of action. I'm staying with the people or a place for a little long, just because I'm like, it would be easier if I just stayed and just waited this thing out, and like, yeah. What's interesting to me actually is I'm a sky being. I just was reborn like 3 years ago, so I'm basically a baby to this earth experience, and I'm still trying to figure out how this earth experience works. So like animals and nature, I'm still connecting back. Like, I'm still like these earth beings. I just hung out with 2 earth beings for a whole week, and they are like so tuned in to everything and each other, and they know how to connect to each other, and it's just like, it's magic to experience it. here I am, the guide, the source, just like, all right, these two beings, like, I'm just gonna like heal, grow, transform them. I'm just gonna clear some energy. Oh, and it, like that was my experience. Was like I'm like just starting to open up to like it would be nice to be like really true, like as heaven and earth are merging. Heaven is like getting closer to earth. Earth is really fighting off heaven. That's been my experience. Earth is resisting, has been resisting. Earth has been not wanting to become their higher self in all ways. In the most, maybe heaven, maybe the sky wants it to happen kind of fast and sees that it can happen now. It's done. It's now. It's done. There's nothing to stop it from happening in this moment. And Earth's like, no, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna resist, and I'm gonna push away, and it's gonna take time, and I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see this paradigm shift happening. I don't see heaven and earth happening. I'm good. I'm just gonna be. I'm just being. I don't know about all you people talking and doing all these crazy things, talking about projects. Nope. I'm just being. You maybe one day you'll convince me, but so sky source needs to let go a little bit and allow, and it's been really interesting because I'm a major accelerator for this whole thing. But I've also been like the woman on my path, the various women on my path, girls, women.
We just go from there.
Yeah, the various girls and women on my path have been there for me. I'm growing. Like I am growing up. I am becoming an adult earth being, like 34 years old. Like this is like, these are the years, like coming into that. I've been the sky source being since the beginning, but it's interesting coming in as like an indigo child, and like having your own authority in every area of your life, and people are trying to tell you everything, and you just like shut it up, you just block it all off. You're like, okay, yeah, right, oh, whatever. You don't listen to anyone or anything. You don't read books. You don't do anything. And then it's like, now it's like 34 years old, and I'm just now like, okay, well, let's try this cooking thing, Let's try this like having a place to live thing. Let's appreciate certain things so that we have certain things. And like, oh, maybe I would like to connect to humans. Maybe I would like to feel that connection. Maybe I would like to be more connected to nature. Maybe, it's through the woman, through the earth, through, that's where it's at. So it's like relationship after relationship, I meet someone who I'm strongly guided to meet up with, and I'll cross the country, leave Ohio, pack up a van, and drive to California to meet up with a woman who's 48. I'm 34, and be there for her healing process while I get my growing process, and then integrate for a while, and then boom, explosion. And then somebody else shows up, and another woman, and boom, oh, this one's project focus. Cool. Do the projects with that one. And then there's the guy, and there's three of us, and we are a little team, a little trinity, the source trinity. And we travel around and do projects, and and then someone else shows up, another woman. Oh, it was a place to live. We were dying for a place to live. Boom. Here's a mothering woman with a place to live, with three of us ground in there. But they get kicked out. I get pulled back in. I stay there for another year or two. And I am just like surrendering myself. Like, I'm in service, and this is icky, and I don't like this. But I'm growing up. I'm learning to cook, and I don't like this. I'm being grounded, and I'm like, just like, I'm taking care of the dogs and the cat and the plant, and I don't know how to do all this, and this is too much. I'm trying to change the world here. Why am I not valued? And then boom, at some point I just got to get back into the flow, and I did that. Another woman showed up at that exact moment, and we did the Permaculture Village bus tour, and that was really great for a month. But then the second month after the tour, energies got a little too, and then boom, explosion. I'm on my own again. I come back in, to Ojai, stay with a spiritual partner there. And she out of all of them, like, her and I, like, actually really, like, the most balanced, between her and I, actually. Um, and and that for a week or two, staying on couches, and then a feminine male shows up, is like, "Are you ready to get grounded?" I'm like, "That's the energy, yes." And I'm like, "Get grounded in Ventura," and I'm like, "A great place, and we're doing their projects. This is everything, yay!" And then there's things that aren't quite right there, and then it's like, okay, Oregon. I just created a whole schedule of events for Oregon for the month or 2 months. So I'm like, time to let go of this one and just like get back into the flow and just like make your way, sell the van and just make your way up there with nothing except some cash and Oregon. And then you're on the land and you're just like, all right. And then you meet a girl online and then it's like, ding, we're like super connecting. It's like creating a whole new world together. And then like, I'm flying to America and I'm going to be on the land there in Oregon. I'm like, I'm going to tell you that. I was going to tell you I'm going to Oregon. It's like, okay, well, I guess we're meeting, like instant, boom. And then, like flies in, meeting in Portland and then come together and then boom, explosion and healing. Oh my God. And then, it's interesting. Okay. So, has the next one showed up yet? Has there been someone that showed up with that vibrational field yet? Or is it just here? I think it's just here. It's here. There's no more. I don't need any more. I'm done. Yay.
You're such luck.
I know.
I would like to say thank you very, very much.
Thank you. Beautiful flowers.
These beautiful flowers were made from the resources of the past. Little pine cones that have given their resources no more pine nuts. Instead, we have flowers.
Awesome. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're so welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Hugs.
Yes.
We're going to do that.
Without tripping the camera.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. That's who I am. Never met anyone that wouldn't receive.